city973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
16 minutes past 9, City Breakfast Show. And it's Tuesday, and we know what that means. After 9:15, the Center for Financial Inclusion at Assion, in partnership with the Financial Inclusion Forum Africa, brings you another episode of the SMART campaign, which is to engage you directly with experts within financial service provision to educate and empower us and help us connect with existing market resources, and also to take your feedback. So in the first 3 weeks, we discussed responsible borrowing, and the skits were on responsible borrowing. So today we're going to talk about recourse, how to resolve or get redress for problems you face in the course of financial transaction. So you go to a bank, you want to borrow money, and then something happens, and then who do you go to? So we have a very exciting guest, Vivian Akofa Mote. She is the head of Transformation Opportunity International Ghana. She's also a board member of the Social Performance Task Force. But as always, we're going to start with the skit, and then we will draw some questions from there. But before that, Vivian, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bernard.
It's great to have you.
Great to have you too.
Fantastic. So now here is episode 4 of the SMART campaign. Enjoy.
Hi, Robert. It's been a while.
Long time no see. I'm great. Thanks to the Almighty.
And thank you for accepting to meet me, okay?
Have a seat, Mr. Agutu. Can I offer you anything to drink?
No, I'm good. Thank you very much. I had lunch before coming here.
My father said you wanted some explanations on a challenge you faced with your bank.
Yes, Robert. I can't believe this issue has to slide $3,000 from my dollar account, vanished, and all they can tell me is online purchasing comes with problems like this one. I mean, how?
Okay, if I get what my father said right, you've been purchasing online with your international MasterCard, and you received messages of deductions of purchases you've never authorized. And the total deduction amounts to $3,000. But the financial service provider couldn't give you answers.
Oh, yes. And the worst part is my MasterCard was blocked. And I have been waiting for a new one for 1 month now. I don't know. How do I survive? You know how my job revolves around transaction of money internationally, right?
I know.
So my issue is, how are they unable to trace the whereabouts of my hard-earned cash?
Well, scammers and hackers are doing everything possible they can to rob people of their entire existence.
You see, I know that exists, but the bank should be able to protect me from this.
Yes, you are right. The financial service provider should be able to offer adequate internal dispute resolution mechanism for you. But is your account secured with password and codes?
What do you mean by that?
Like anytime you buy something online, you are asked to key in a security code for approval before any purchase is done?
Yes, that one. That is the more reason why I'm doubting the services of these banks. And I need advice because these guys have gotten away with too much from me. Today, increase in penalty charges on transactions without any notification. Tomorrow, deduction of maintenance fees. And I can't cash out more than a certain amount in a day. My own money. How? How are bankers detecting the amount we can withdraw from our account? What is this?
I know how hard it can be sometimes.
Sometimes. No. All the time. To the extent that I feel like cashing all my money from my bank account and hiding it under my bed.
Mr. Koto, calm down.
Calm down. If it will keep my money safe, why not?
I'm sorry.
Okay, so can I take the bank to court? Because I've been complaining about this issue for the past 1 month, and no one seems to be giving me any tangible reason.
Okay. So this is the reason why my father referred you to me. As a customer, if you go through challenges like this, and you complain to your bank and you receive no response, contact us.
Really?
Yes, there is a place called Customer Recourse Mechanism, which helps customers like you and others to understand your place as a customer if you are unhappy or mistreated in your finances.
Okay, so with my situation, how does this customer recourse blah 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 apply to me?
Okay, since I work with the Bank of Ghana, I would say it's good you came to me. In other words, if you are a customer and you file complaints to your bank and their response to your complaints are not efficient, accountable, or acknowledged within a period of 20 days, you should proceed a report to the head, Financial Stability Department, Bank of Ghana, Post Office Box GP 2674, Accra, or email your complaint to complaints.office@bog.gov.gh for assistance.
Really?
Oh yes, we are here to help you settle and resolve all complaints with your bank without any hindrances.
Oh, wow. This is awesome. I wish I had this information earlier.
Well, you do now.
Okay, Robert, be sincere with me. I am your uncle. Don't lie in order to protect your job, okay?
Well, Papa, what do you want to know?
Okay, so what if the Solution Bank of Ghana office is not satisfactory?
We always have the resolution that satisfied both parties.
Aha, I knew you would say this. That is why I asked for sincerity.
Okay, if that happens, you can proceed to file a case in court.
Thank you very much, Robert. I'm going back to the office. File a complaint and email it to your office, okay?
And that will be a perfect beginning.
Okay, thanks again, son.
It's a pleasure.
So that was today's version of the skit from our smart campaign. So let me welcome again Vivian Akofa Mote. Vivian, great to have you. Good morning again.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bernard.
so you work with Opportunity International.
Savings and loans.
Fantastic. And you are the head of transformation.
Sure.
That sounds like a very powerful position.
Thank you.
You are a transformer.
By the grace of God, we transform.
So let's talk about what we just heard. So in the skit, you could hear clearly somebody had been aggrieved, and then the person felt that there was nothing they could do. So why is the provision of adequate recourse mechanism an important client protection principle?
Yeah, I would say that under the SMART campaign, we have 7 client protection principles.
Okay.
So after you've gone through all this, I know you'll be interested. The institution has to ensure that there is adequate provision of services and products that will be convenient for the client.
Okay.
They have to be transparent with the client. They have to make sure the products they churn out don't overburden the clients. They also have to ensure that the clients are treated fairly. They have to ensure data privacy of the client. And even the prices of their products are responsible, not burdening the client, at the same time ensuring that the institution is sustainable. When all this has been done and still the client feels aggrieved, there should be a way of addressing these complaints. And the Bank of Ghana has come up with a solid system of recourse mechanism or client protection under complaints handling mechanism.
Okay.
This is very important because this is a way of demanding compliance from financial service providers so that the clients and customers they do business with have value for money. It also offers BOG in the case of Ghana and other industry players the opportunity to ensure that there are no unfair practices in the system. We know what is happening currently. So this is very timely. And the financial service providers use the information provided by the client complaints to manage their operations and improve their product and service delivery. Of course, when a customer is satisfied, you can rest assured that he will be the best referrer for the financial service providers.
I'm happy with the 7 things, and I'll come to you to. I'll ask you to repeat them at the end of the program. Okay. The 7 principles there. Now, I'm so, of course, you walk into any bank or financial services provider, you will see suggestion boxes. So it appears that they are open to receive feedback from clients. But what informed the BOG's decision to introduce guidelines on recourse mechanism for clients beyond simply these suggestion boxes?
Yeah, you are right. The suggestion boxes, you walk to a lot of financial institutions and they gather dust. You even ask whether they are ever opened.
One day we should open it and put a video camera inside.
You are sure to see cockroaches in these boxes. They are just for display, white horses. So it has not been very effective using the suggestion boxes.
Okay.
And how many clients have the confidence to even take a pen and write and put in there? And of course, when they put in, what action do they receive? No feedback. So BOG guidelines have been introduced to ensure that the customer has access to adequate complaints handling and redress mechanisms that are accessible, independent, fair, accountable, timely, and efficient. They also want to make sure that these complaint mechanisms don't impose unreasonable cost to the client due to delay.
Okay.
Of course, if the client has to take a car and walk or take a car to the banking hall to launch a complaint, that would be cost.
Yeah.
They could invest that in the business.
Okay.
And also ensure that the consumers and businesses are protected through the promotion of banking processes that don't endanger the life of the client.
Okay.
By so doing, they foster public confidence and trust in the banking sector and promote financial stability, growth, and efficiency. They also want the public to be educated on their rights and responsibilities so that their complaints can be redressed in order to promote fairness in the banking sector. These are all done to promote financial inclusion. Yeah.
This is 97.3 CFM. We are on the Smart Campaign. Comes to you every Tuesday. And it's brought to us by the Center for Financial Inclusion at Action, which is an action-oriented think tank that engages the challenges of the industry to serve you better in financial services, and supported by the Financial Inclusion Forum Africa, which brings together people and organizations passionate in promoting financial inclusion. We are going through a series of themes. This week, we're starting with a theme called Recourse, and I guess this Vivian Akofa-Mote. You had the 7-minute or 5 minutes kid on Recourse. So, Vivian, let's talk about the categories of financial service providers. Which categories do these guidelines cover? And what are some of the key topics or issues in these guidelines?
The Bank of Ghana came up with an Act 930 in 2016. And under this Act, all institutions under the banks and specialized deposit-taking institutions are covered by this Act. And those that fall under the Act are banks, e-money issuers and their agents, specialized deposit-taking institutions, financial holding companies, affiliates of banks, non-banking institutions, specialized deposit-taking institutions, financial holding companies. All these are regulated by the Bank of Ghana. And some of the key issues covered in the guidelines are the type of complaint mechanisms that financial service providers should provide. It is also clear on the information and explanation of those mechanisms to clients. So they are obliged to inform and explain to the clients what these mechanisms are and how they operate.
Okay.
It also covers the internal complaint handling and resolution process at the financial service providers.
Okay.
So the staff and management, right to the board level, have to understand and appreciate the importance of this mechanism and make sure it's operational. The complaint handling and resolution process at the Bank of Ghana is also covered. So like you heard in the skit, when Mr. Akoto wasn't satisfied with all that he went through, Robert advised him that he should write to Bank of Ghana for redress. So the financial service providers have to know that now when complaints of clients are not well handled, it doesn't end at the desk of the financial service providers. It will escalate to Bank of Ghana.
Will the Bank of Ghana charge you for sending a complaint?
No, it is absolutely free.
And
the reporting structure, when the reports on complaints must be submitted, these are all covered in the Act.
now, you know that in Ghana, goods sold are not returnable in shops. So that means that generally, when we go to a bank or a financial institution, sometimes when something goes wrong, you're like, let's just give it to God. My point is that recourse, apart from being a law, there's also a mindset issue. A lot of people feel that, or you go and tell your sister, Charlie, it's okay, it's okay. So what can we do to get people to know and appreciate the fact that the law protects you, and if you feel aggrieved, don't just give it to God, but follow this process.
Yeah, thank you, Bernard. I think even what we are doing now is a key ingredient towards promotion of that, structure. In the sense that everybody has to know.
Okay.
And you know, City FM has a very wide coverage.
You are correct.
So as we are doing this, a lot of people are knowing that, then I shouldn't give everything to God. In fact, God will not do for you what you can do for yourself.
Thank you.
So I think that the institutions are obliged not just to come up with a policy, like under the guideline, the institutions have to come up with an internal policy for complaints handling mechanism.
All right.
But it shouldn't lie in their, archives alone. They should educate their clients, make them understand.
Okay.
And that is in the promotion of transparency. So that the clients you are dealing with are well informed. And thereby, they become empowered.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show, Vivian Akofa Mote.
Thank you.
Head of Transformation, Opportunity International Savings and Loans, and a board member of the Social Performance. Tally, you're a big woman. I tell you, your post is powerful.
Thank you, Bernard.
No, you're a big woman. You're a big woman.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I have a few friends who bear your surname.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Love to meet them.
All right, so don't forget, this was brought to us by the Center for Financial Inclusion at Action, with support from the Financial Inclusion Forum of Africa. And it's going to continue every Tuesday for the next few months. This is the City Breakfast. When we come back,